Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the channel. Sunday afternoon here, end of July. Last Sunday in July. Hot. Just smoking hot. I'll be glad when it cools off soon. Can't wait. Got the sacred fire going, been out here chopping wood and carrying water. And like the Buddha said, when somebody asked him, what'd you do before enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. What'd you do after enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. I don't know if I'm before or after enlightenment, but I'm just out here chopping wood and carrying water. And it's good for the soul. You sure sweat a lot. But it helps to release, fear and anxiety, repetitive thoughts, and just by going through the physicalness and kind of wearing out not just the body, but the emotions that the body carries, like fear and anxiety. So I've been thinking about today. I got this dilemma going on for a few weeks now, and it's kind of like the devil is over here and the angel's over here, and they're both whispering at me, going. The angel is saying, "Just be one with it all, let it go, kind of thing," and the devil's over here going, "You need to take action. You need to be heard. You need to express yourself. Um, don't feel like you're being taken advantage of. Justice needs to be served, things like that." So it's really difficult sometimes to interpret some of these things. And so I have found that over the course of a couple weeks of asking myself these questions and where is this coming from? Actually, just sitting here in front of the fire had a little insight about where some of this is coming from. And of course, it goes back to my mother and her father and money and their attitude about money and growing up during the Depression and things like that. But there is, I believe, the ability to bring the two things together. And this is what I'm working on. It's the taking action, but taking action from the heart without the need to be vengeful or hurtful, and just to inquire and ask questions and just kind of see where it goes. Okay. I need to put some wood on here. So that's what the thing I'm working towards is being in this state where I can ask questions and educate myself and do it with good intention, with loving intention. So some of you may be going through similar things. We all go through this, and then we get smoked out from the smokeless fire pit. Gotta love when that happens. And it is hot out here. But we all go through this from time to time where we have this dilemma where we're questioning things and we want to be careful. At least I do. My perspective on this now is I want to be careful to not react with a lot of emotion. All right. That never works. So I want to just be patient. In Taoism they call it, Wu Wei. It's action through inaction. Now, that's one philosophy. And but there are other philosophies, and my own personal spiritual framework that I've talked about in older videos, that I've built and put on it's the background of my computer, my PC, um, where there's a desire for truth, and justice and honor and integrity, and but all those words can be interpreted differently by different people. So I'm sitting here today pondering again, and I was talking to one of my neighbors this morning about this dilemma and about these questions that I have. And he was able to clear up some ambiguity and add some nice input to this conversation I'm having with myself. It really helped a lot. And I just went down there, knocked on his door, and we just chatted for a little while, about what's going on in our neighborhood here. And I just said, I gotta go and ask questions. It doesn't hurt to ask questions. As long as we are cognizant of the smoke, as long as we are cognizant of the other person, if you sense the other person getting defensive, and this happens a lot, then you kind of pull back just a little bit, right? Ease up. We tend to use what I call the frontal assault, us men especially. The in-your-face frontal assault, straight to the core. And that doesn't work with everybody. So we need to figure out how to do this from the heart. And that requires some patience and an understanding of ourselves. And for example, like this week when I was pondering this, one day I was coming from the devil side. I could tell one day I was coming from the angel side, and it was the difference between how I awoke in the morning. Do you ever notice how sometimes you awake and you're just you can be very blissful, and other times you awake and you just want to go to war with somebody? So what happened while we were sleeping? That's what I want to know. That caused us to awaken one day as Dr. Jekyll and one day as Mr. Hyde. How does that work? Yeah. It was a very interesting observation. And I asked myself, I said, how come I feel like this today? When yesterday I was so blissful, and today I just want to wring somebody's neck. Why is that? What caused that difference? So if I pursue this inquiry farther, where I go asking questions of other people, which could include lawyers and accountants, I want to make sure that I do it when I'm in a more blissful state, detached from outcome, not wanting to hurt anybody, just wanting to gather information, educate myself, right? Coming from the heart. And that's just a matter of being self-aware. And it takes a lot of practice. I still got a long way to go. I don't know about you, but I know I do. So that was what I was pondering this morning. Is this example of everything's this duality? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, devil and angel. It's always this duality. Our folklore and the myths in all of our societies, current and ancient societies, they all revolve around this duality, right? Even whether it's Adam and Eve, you know, it's all about this duality. And we go back and forth within this constantly. And we're not taught any of this. We're not taught how to manage this. We're not taught how to deal with this. It takes a lot of practice. So I hope you're practicing. Part of that practice is what I talked about yesterday with mirror work, and to just understand the self by looking in the mirror, staring at yourself in the mirror. But wind shifted again. So I just wanted to share with you today this, wondering how other people are dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. If you're waking up one day as Dr. Jekyll, one day as Mr. Hyde, or if you are allowing yourself to react versus taking a breath and then taking action versus reaction. So I hope it's working out for you. I hope that you can understand what I'm pondering here. And I hope that wherever you are, that you're having a blissful day. I'm having a smoke-filled moment right now. But other than that, it is lovely and peaceful out here in the woods. I'll say it again, get out of the cities. And it's just wonderful out here. So I wish you all the best for the week. Cosmic energy, earth energy, heart energy. Send loving heart energy out to all beings, all dimensions, all timelines, all realities. May this day be filled with compassion, loving kindness, and courage. Until next time.